With Black Ops 6 right around the corner, developers are still hard at work making adjustments to the game, trying to make sure it is polished for all of us at launch. Developers are allegedly stepping up their game in the audio department in a big way, which might just redefine Black Ops 6 as a whole. If this is your first time here, welcome, and if you are returning, welcome back. Feel free to light up the comment section as we go along. Treyarch promised huge Black Ops 6 audio improvements. Black Ops 6 developers Treyarch have spoken out about the audio in the upcoming Call of Duty title, saying that there are some big improvements on the way that should make gameplay even more immersive and accurate than ever before. Audio is a feature in shooter games that has always been difficult to perfect, no matter who developed the game or what kind of shooter it is, or even if you apply the best settings for the game. From Fortnite to Warzone and everything in between, there have been frequent complaints from players that they can't hear enemies, or certain sounds are too loud and a distraction, among other annoyances. Now though, Treyarch are hoping to have got as close to perfect as possible with the promise to deliver one of the most technically impressive soundscapes possible. The developers also released some updated audio they've been working on behind the scenes, and they recommend we listen with headphones. We are going to take a listen here soon, but I'm not gonna lie, part of it is kind of scary. Personally, I think the footstep audio was fine during the beta. Maybe it didn't sound the most accurate when it comes to reality, but I definitely think it was good in a competitive sense. And it was stated in the blog post that dialing in footstep audio for shooter games is very difficult to pull off. Taking a peek at X or Twitter, the community does seem to be a little bit split. Some people think it's good, some people think it might be a little bit of a problem, but many players have noticed that footsteps now echo realistically, making it much easier to detect enemy movements. They explained in the blog post, Treyarch is enhancing the 3D soundscape to new levels, allowing players to better sense the location, speed, and direction of nearby activity, helping them respond more effectively and become even more immersed into the world of Black Ops 6. One thing the team has been laser focused on is distant firing sounds, giving players information on directionality, distance, and threat level so they can easily identify where the enemy operator is firing from and then formulate their plan of counterattack. Lead audio designer Colin Ayers said the goal for the audio team on Black Ops 6 is what we're calling the adaptive battlefield, a more purposeful and directional soundscape that focuses on the information players need when they need it while reducing the clutter of extra noise. Unquote, we want to make sure that the soundscape in this game will adapt to each player as they play, creating a living and breathing play space. Ayers and expert audio engineer William Cornell added they have been utilizing Microsoft's Project Acoustics to make sure everything is perfect. Whether it's footsteps down a hallway, rain through a window crack, or even how sound waves bounce off of different surfaces, everything has been tested and fine-tuned. So I've been thinking about what lead audio designer Colin Ayers mentioned regarding the audio team's goal for Black Ops 6. He talked about the concept called adaptive battlefield, which, if I understand correctly, aims to create a more purposeful and directional soundscape. The idea is to focus on providing players with the information they need exactly when they need it, while simultaneously cutting down on all the extra noise that can be distracting. It sounds promising, but I can't help but wonder how well it will work. Will it really make a noticeable difference, or could it end up just being another feature that doesn't quite hit the mark? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. One thing I do find a little bit annoying about Call of Duty is those guitar riffs that you get after leveling up or getting achievements. Those can be really distracting, especially in game modes like Search and Destroy. So I'm gonna show you guys two clips here. They do sound completely different though, for a couple of reasons, due to the environment and where the operators are located, so they do sound very different. But the second one that we're gonna take a listen to sounds ridiculously loud. Also, the first clip focuses more on battle chatter or the voice lines, which I don't care about too much. I usually turn the battle chatter down a bit, but let's go ahead and take a listen.
Setting rally point. Head for my waypoint. Destination marked.
So in the second clip where it focuses on the footsteps, I can't help but think these are pretty loud. And not only that, I don't quite think it's as accurate as it could be. But I do understand this is still a work in progress, but listening to this reminds me of the Modern Warfare 19 and Warzone type footstep audio that's going to incentivize a more stagnant playstyle once again. You can absolutely tell that the enemy was coming from the right side, but I don't know about you guys, but in my headphones, it sounds like they're behind me to the right, almost as if they're at like 5 o'clock. As the enemy got closer, that is. I do know everyone has their own audio sources and different audio experiences, and I think I dial my audio settings in differently than most gamers, maybe because I'm a musician, but that can absolutely affect my personal audio experience. Another thing is, once you get the hang of the maps, the audio cues do become a lot more feasible. But there is a lot of audio talk in this video, so let me put you guys on to the audio gods over at Waves Customs. Even if the game itself doesn't have the most accurate audio, Waves Customs will give you the most accurate audio possible. Using the 3D scanning technology, use your iPhone or Android to scan your ears for your ears only. After you do that, you can go ahead and pick your favorite color, and if you want, pick your favorite logo. Maybe you want your logo as a content creator, maybe you want your favorite esports team, maybe you want an e-girl, whatever the case is. Waves kills it as far as aesthetics, and they most definitely have you covered as far as audio. I really like using these when playing competitively because it blocks out all extra noise and you will not hear a damn thing if you are in your room. Again, I am a musician, so these are made to block out loud crowds and stage volume, but they definitely give you a leg up on the competition when it comes to gaming. Check these guys out. It'll be the first link down in the description, and use code NERV7 for 10% off any purchase at checkout. Now let's get back to the video. Black Ops 6 will also aim to emphasize the most important sounds to the player at any given moment. For example, the sound of enemies moving toward you is emphasized more than the sound of your teammates at your back. This will be exacerbated by the new enhanced headphone mode, which uses head-related transfer function or HRTF technology to better stimulate how sound is transferred from the game world to the player's ears. Players can even choose to enhance this by creating a profile that takes into account the player's physical attributes, such as the shape of their head or ear. Finally, Treyarch have promised to offer more accessibility support in Black Ops 6 with asymmetrical hearing compensation and reduced tinnitus sound options. This latter of which will replace the tinnitus sound from concussion and flash grenades with the dimmer audio cue. Evidently, the audio team at Treyarch has been hard at work trying to bring Black Ops 6 to the pinnacle of video game sound, bringing in a number of features and changes that should hopefully help players up their game even further. One thing that stood out to me here that does sound pretty promising is the new enhanced headphone mode that developers are introducing with the HRTF technology to better stimulate how sound travels from the game world to our ears. It's pretty dope if you think about it. What's even more interesting though is that players can create their own profile to their own physical attributes. This should, in theory, make the audio experience even more immersive and tailored to each individual, making the game feel like your own. I feel quite optimistic about this feature. While there is always a little bit of uncertainty with new technology, it seems like a thoughtful addition that could really enhance the gaming experience. It's comforting to know that the developers are putting so much effort into making the game more engaging and personalized for us. Let's see how it turns out. This could be really dope. Lastly though, whether you are feeling optimistic or apprehensive about the audio in Black Ops 6 at this point, the good thing is we do have the Ninja perk allowing us to use silent footsteps all the time. But Ninja does not mean no footstep audio. It just means your footsteps will be quieter, and depending on the player's audio source, they can still kind of figure out where you are and move accordingly. All that being said, if you're interested in a conversation about smack talk in Black Ops 6, check out this video here. Developers are adding another feature that you may either love or hate. Thank you all for sticking around. All y'all take care, and I'm out.